Rant and Chill here tonight. Going to be talking about Love Bites. It's a Love Bites Christmas. Maybe I should have started with some Christmas music and not some music from Dune 2, a fantastic RTS. I mean, who recognized that song, right? Right? I'm like the only one probably. Okay. So yeah, Love Bites Christmas. They're kicking it off over there, having a white Christmas, having a good Christmas over there. We're also going to talk about Baby Metal. Sue has a birthday, actually tomorrow. Today, in Japan, okay. 12/20 is her birthday. And she's 25 years old. Very young, actually. 25 years young. We'll talk about that. And what else? What else do we have here? We could do a reactor reaction. I like doing those. Those are a lot of fun. I've done a lot of reactions on this channel, and they are a lot of fun to do. But what I've found even more entertaining is actually reacting to other reactors. Very meta. I don't know if it's going to be a trendsetter. I don't know. No, people will be like, oh, are you doing that to cause issues? Like, no. It's all good fun. And what? Dude, I want to see how they react to a various group like Baby Metal or Nemophila or Love Bites, whatever, and definitely react to their opinions and add, maybe some criticism. Sure, yeah, that may happen, but also be like, yeah, okay, I see where they're coming from. Like if I watch a reaction where someone had a take that I disagree with, like I'd be respectful about it. I can be respectful about things. Okay? All right. It might seem like not the way I look, the way I present myself, but I can be. Anyway, with that said, we're going to get into the Love Bites Christmas. First thing, though, Christmas coming up here. How are you doing with getting gifts? I think I'm going to have to ban my wife from the savings account. I told her that in jest, but I don't think it was a joke. No. Like we decided no credit cards this year. Good. Okay. We have a savings. Okay. As people should. We did the whole Dave Ramsey thing. So we have savings, and then we have emergency fund, and then I have my own little bit for like travel and stuff. It's just a little bit. So it's like, but when we agreed to use the savings, it was like, don't use off it. That's what I thought was implied. But I guess it didn't imply that very well. I guess it wasn't direct enough because I checked it this morning and it was, wow. I don't know what you got the kids, but it better be hella good. I know we got them some computers. There better be some fine-ass gaming machines because, dang, that's a lot of money just down by a lot. That's how I feel, man. And, it's bad. I feel like a Grinch. I know my wife is like, this happens every year. You're in this mood every year. You're all like being like a Grinch. It's going to be fine. All right. No, it else grinds my gears, though. Think about this. Now, before doing this stream, I was watching these videos about shoplifting and stuff. And as a sharp increase, has been increasing quite a bit. And you see this stuff. You're probably living in a community where this happens blatantly. This grinds my gears so much. Okay? We get this straight. You work your ass off. Earn money that you rightfully earned. You probably deserve more than what you got, okay? And you go and you spend that money on gifts for your loved ones. Okay. Maybe they deserve it, maybe they don't. That's another discussion. But well, that happens. There's some jackass who doesn't do that, doesn't bust his rear end for the money, doesn't do any of that. In fact, what he does is just blatantly steals things. It's not just steal one thing. We're stealing a whole cart of things. And it's like, what are you doing, pal? What are you doing? Okay. Clearly, it looks like you're not stealing for your stuff or stealing for Christmas gifts. No, you're stealing to make a little profit yourself. You're stealing to be like a little thief. You're being like a little, you want to be a little entrepreneur. But instead of, buying from the local or from the, I guess, vendor. You're just taking right from the store and reselling it on the street. Well, who's going to buy from you when you didn't buy from the main person? I mean, how's that going to work? Anyway, that grinds my gears. And I mean, I'm sure more people are seeing it now, since if they're going to the store to actually buy gifts. I mean, who does that anymore? There's Amazon. Just order, right? That way you don't even have to deal with crowds. But man, anyway, though, let's get in a better headspace, better things. Love Bites, Christmas, they're doing it right. They're doing it fantastic. Let's go take a look at that. Let's get this started here. Okay. Love Bites Christmas. Let's go ahead and put this on the screen here real fast. There we go. Let's make that a little bigger. Alrighty. Now, this is the thumbnail, of course, but let's look at this image right here. Fantastic. Look at that. Look at that. Our Love Bites ladies are having a nice Christmas dinner, a Christmas feast, it looks like. Is it Christmas or is it Thanksgiving over there? What is going on? Look at that table. Look at this. Look at that spread. That is amazing. Like, hold on here. Hold on. Whoa. First off, I like how there's 2 KFCs. Okay, there's 2 KFC. You got the KFC bucket, which you're telling me that's fried chicken. That is deep fried. I mean, they didn't get the grilled stuff. They didn't get the skinless. I don't even think they sell that. That's a crime. No, they got some nice deep fried chicken there. And over here, let me actually, let's have some fun. Let's look at this. Over here, they have the KFC. What's this? Oh, is that gonna be rolls? Is that gonna be the biscuits? That's gonna be the biscuits, isn't it? Either biscuits or tenders. But I like how they have it spread out. They have here, we have the bucket of chicken. Here we have the little box. These ladies know how to display things. Definitely. Look at that. The presentation is key. All right. There's so many things though. When I saw this, I was like, oh man, they have a whole. Look at this. They have a quiche. What's that? Is that a cherry tomato quiche? Interesting choice. Of course, I'm uncultured. When I saw that initially, I was like, what is that? Is that like a pizza or something? What is that? Uncultured. Totally uncultured. I'm totally uncultured when I didn't even know what this is. I was like, what is that? It's like sliced bread with like egg. It's actually meatloaf. It's loaves of meat with like a deviled egg in it. Very, very nice. Very rich. That's, people are giving Love Bites, Victor Entertainment. Is that the name of the record company that owns them? Their management. People are giving them a hard time for not promoting them on social media very well, whatever. But look at this. Who paid for this? They did. I'm sure they paid for this. Look at this. Look, they got them this. I don't even know what this is called. I'm sure Google Lens is going to tell me here. A drobe. A drob? What? I don't even know what that. Okay. This looks nice, though. This is like the best thing on the table, I think. That meat right there. Just let me have that meat. It's cooked perfectly. Fantastic. Though some of you guys probably, you see this cake, you're like, man, look at that cake. Look at that fancy cake. That cake is too delicate to me. Look at it. Let's get a. There's a better picture of that. Look at this. Look at that. Welcome to Love Bites Fami. Look at that cake. Look at that. Some sort of mixed fruit, fancy French cake. Too decadent for my tongue. All right, look at that. Now, these girls have a sophisticated taste. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. I'd be like, well, you can take the fruit off. I'll just try the cake. Actually, I'll just be eating the chicken, guys. But that's good. They're celebrating the Christmas well. The only problem that I have with this is where is the hazing? Where is the hazing at? Everyone knows that when a new member joins the group, joins the band, you're going to have to initiate them, like how Metallica initiated James Newsted. Okay? Like, it's just a rite of passage. It's just a thing you do. Is there something on this table that isn't what it really looks like? Maybe it isn't really fried chicken. Maybe it is the skinless. Be like, got you. Maybe Midori or Miyako ate all the skin off the chicken and left it in the bucket like a sort of like a Cartman did on South Park. Maybe that's very cruel, but I mean, no, these ladies don't look like they're hazers, though, right? It's not like they would trick Fami into eating wasabi. They wouldn't be able to do that. She knows what wasabi is. That's what Metallica did to James Newsted. Apparently, they tricked him to eating a spoonful of wasabi, thinking it was mint ice cream. Oh, check out this mint ice cream. Got to try it out. He regretted that decision. And of course, the big thing they did was pretty much take him out, edit him out, tune him all the way down, turn him all the way down on And Justice for All. Okay? That would be a cruel joke. You know what, Zoo? We're in good hands. The Love Bites ladies, as much as I joke about this, they don't seem like the ladies, the type that would be into hazing or initiation rituals or anything. They seem like good girls. And that's good. Hanabi, on the other hand, those girls, you know who Hanabi is. The I Love Sweets people, those guys, those ladies. Now, they seem like the crew that would probably haze you, okay? But that would probably already be done through the audition process if you could process that. Anyway, how's it going, Modern? How you doing? But I do like the ladies are here. I like how they're celebrating Christmas. It's nice. Got the Christmas spirit. Good stuff. Nice spread. Looks very yummy. Looks delicious. Though I'd probably just be with the chicken and the meat and that weird meatloaf thing there. Cool. What about Christmas in Japan? I wonder what that's like. I mean, is it? I mean, a lot of people celebrate Christmas, and they might even be religious. You know, this topic came up once before in a video, and people were like, "Oh, Mr. Deadman, you're assuming things. They're probably not, religious or whatever." Okay, I mean, Asami was/is a gospel singer. Okay, I'm willing to fight on that hill. That I think not only is she religious, but I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that she is. She leans kind of Christian. I wouldn't be surprised. It doesn't matter to me. I just wouldn't be surprised. This has come from someone who's not even a real Christian. I have a satanic poster right there. I did a live stream where I practiced Wiccan spells that actually worked. I'm not even joking. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised. But Merry Christmas in Japan. Kind of interesting thing there. Okay. Well, that's good stuff. We have a new song coming from them in like 3 days. Oh, amazing. So looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be amazing stuff. No, let's play around with Google Lens real fast. I want to see what Google, if Google, so hold on one second. Let's put it right here. Boom. So, you go around the foods to kind of find out what they are in case they're too rich and delicate for your sensibilities. I never even saw that like this thing. I didn't know what this was. I thought it was like, bread or French toast with an egg on it already. I was like, you make French toast with egg, but you're going to put egg. Okay. No, that's a drop. So what does Google Lens do for Miyako? Oh, it just pulls up the hat she's wearing. The hat. The Baker Boy hat. All right. Sami. Murder of Sho Tong. Oh no. What? Hold on. I don't know who Xiao Tong is. Should I know who Xiao Tong is? Why is Asami associated with the murder of Xiao? What does Google know? I don't even know. This is weird. Let's take a look at this. Who's Xiao Tong? What is this? In 2014, she was only 19 years old when she died. When she disappeared. Well, really? Not really. She's not dead. Apparently, according to Google Lens, she's right here. She sings for Love Bites. Look at that. Amazing stuff. Or maybe Google Lens is unable to distinguish Japanese faces. Okay? You could say what that is. You could say it's a little racist or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, like, I probably can't discern a bunch of white faces either. All right, for Fami, what do we get? Fami, we get Kim Sejong. I think that person's Korean. I don't even think that person's Japanese. Let me take a look at their stuff. Let me take this off the screen. This might be porn. Hold on here. Okay. It's not porn. But I think she's Korean. Okay? I've watched a lot of Asian content quite a bit. The Kim, that last name, Sejong, I'm thinking Korean. Okay? All right? Could be wrong there. Could be wrong. But yeah, learning quite a bit. For Miho, it just does the hair, the pink hair. Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I thought that was fun. Okay. So yeah, we do have a new single coming from Love Bites. Excited about that. Judgment Day. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. Though part of me wonders if I should not have my hopes up, because if you don't have your hopes up, you don't have to worry about being disappointed. You can just be like, I was excited. So, I think it's going to be very power metal. It's going to be a very strong power metal song. I hope it's not like overly produced where it's like so much, where it's like too much. I hope it's not like that. I hope it's finely tuned and it's just right. Anyway. So, moving on. So, regarding baby metal news here, Sue Metal, she has a birthday. Today is her birthday, or tomorrow's her birthday, depending on, to me it'd be tomorrow, but today was her birthday in Japan, her 25th birthday. Let's see, I think it was about 12 years ago. Saki was just a girl with a dream to become an idol, where she was, I think she was the founding member of a group called Sakura Gakuin. Well, that's an idol group created by a muse. She was brought in by a muse, the talent agency, very, very young. So, I mean, apparently talent agencies, they scout the schools. I mean, I guess they work with the schools. They scout them very young to, if there's a girl with a lot of promise, a good voice, seems like has the ability to do all the, definitely has the energy and endurance to do all the choreography and all that, then definitely going to be a good candidate there. Okay. So an interesting thing about this group she created, Sakura Gakuin, is that this group also created a subunit where Sue, or Suzuka is her first name. She became a member. She became a member of the heavy metal club of that, which that is what would release songs as baby metal. So it was like about 12, 13 years. Yeah, about 12, 13 years ago, that's when baby metal started. She was 13 when she was in baby metal. So yeah, that would be like 12 years ago, huh? Interesting. That's so young. That is so young right there. That is so freaking young. Can you imagine doing that and going on these massive stages? Because like Baby Metal, they weren't playing it like just anywhere. I mean, they're playing big stadiums. Okay, man, that would be a lot there. And speaking of Sue, what is the best Sue Metal performance? You know, out of the Sue Metal solo performances, you have like a more. Well, you got a lot actually. You got Kaguru. That's technically that's a solo performance. Not my favorite of hers. Then you have, you have a more. You have, what's that song called? Akatsuki. Yeah, that's a good one. Rondo of Nightmare is a great performance. Dark, brooding. It's a really good song. A really powerful song. Then there's No Rain, No Rainbow. Great with this like soft piano intro. Really nice there. You got Shine. I consider Shine to be a solo song. And it's the second of the Light trilogy songs. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other solo Sue songs. I am failing right now. Let me see. Let's see here. But these songs I mentioned, definitely one thing I have for those in the comments section after this is, what is the best Sue Metal performance out of these songs? You have Amore. Amore is really good. Okay, Amore is a really good song. Akatsuki is really good as well. But I think what really is one of my favorite picks would be Rondo of Nightmare. No Rain, No Rainbow is a really good one. Shine's good. I mean, Shine just sounds so good. It's very powerful. Very emotional. Like, it's very strong. Like, that feeling of overcoming a loss is there. No Rain, No Rainbow, though, has like this beautiful melody. Almost sounds like Queen-esque guitars. You know, the right tone and the right sound sound very Queen-like, creating like this nice rock ballad. But I don't know if that song is a really good Sue performance, or if it's a really good Kami Band performance when they play it live. Could be both. Could be both there. I think my favorite here would be Rondo of Nightmare. Like I said, it's a dark, hard, brooding song. It's one of those songs when you hear it is like, and the best way to hear this too is the live version. The live version where the Kami Band plays their intro is really good. And the intro, man, it sounds so freaking fantastic. It just feels like something terrible is building up, that a nightmare is coming, and it's going to be relentless. You're not going to be able to resist it. You're going to try to run away from it, but you're not going to be able to. Very powerful stuff. And then when Sue sings in that song, this is why I think this might be one of her better performances, because when Sue sings, she's able to convey this sense of panic very well. Like, it crosses language barriers, okay? She can convey that emotion very well. There's a panic in her voice, that this unrelenting nightmare, some say the song is about depression. Perhaps it is. That this unrelenting nightmare is creeping in, is hunting her, and she cannot run away from it. She cannot resist it. She cannot fight it. All she could do is submit, and she doesn't want to. She wants to fight, but she's out of the will to fight. She's out of endurance to fight. The only thing she can do is submit. And man, in that song, when she cries out, there's a part where she yells, but it's not a high pitch like a Sami from Love Bites yell. It's not like that. It's very harrowing. Okay. it is a good song, a good Sue Metal solo performance. Very good Sue Metal solo performance there. 100%. 100%. All right. Now, here's the part where I'm going to react to another BABYMETAL Reactor. This is what I've been doing. I find these to be kind of fun. This guy's name is Andrew Hartley. Did you see the 10 years Budokan version of No Rain, No Rainbow? Yeah, I did. That is really good. That is a really, you brought up a really good point there. That is a really good song. That was a outstanding performance. It really was. Yeah, I watched that stream. I paid for that ticket. I watched that thing. It was good. It was really good. That would be a good choice. I mean, now I'm conflicted. Oh man. I don't know. You can't really go wrong. But something about Rondo of Nightmare. Well, maybe it's because that. What was the live version called? The one with the commie band. Let's see. Let's see. It was the Rondo Nightmare with Mischiefs of Metal Gods intro. That was also a Budokan night. But that wasn't a 10-year one, was it? I don't remember seeing that. Was it? I don't remember that. Maybe it was. I was in here. I was in this room watching it, and okay, well, Okay, let's see. Remind myself what the track list was. That was Budokan 2014. Okay. I like how they've been at that massive stadium a couple times. Looks like, huh? There's a lot more of BABYMETAL history that I'm learning as I go through the songs. Lately I've been doing a lot of videos where I explore what a song means, and I really enjoy doing that. It might take me more work than what other people do, because I'm just kind of slowly going through and be like, okay, there's this, that, or whatever. And I'm not somewhat of grand intellect, okay? I'm just a dude who smokes cigars and drinks beer, okay? I'm just like, all right, what the lyrics mean to me and all this stuff. But I learned a lot. There's a video that'll be coming out, I think, tomorrow about Bo, the bassist. Dude, I learned so much about him. I didn't realize that he was in all these other bands, these other groups, kind of like a backing member too. But I didn't even know that the commie band guys have their own provisional band. That was really cool to learn about. And it doesn't sound anything like you would imagine. It this one song I listened to. I'm not gonna play it right now because it's copyright, all that. But it's called "You Yeah." Very, very nice jazz. Very nice, dude. Really good stuff. Which commie band do you prefer? The only one I really know about would be the one I think a lot of people mean when they reference commie band would be, the ones with the white face. The one with Bo, and I can't say their names, but I only recently learned that there was a difference. There was a commie band West, and when I learned about that, I was like, oh, okay, that kind of explains why sometimes when I see the guys wear masks play, they have a tattoo on their arm that I've never seen before. I'm like, that doesn't look like the other guys. or like a broader arm, broader forearm. It's very hairy. I was like, that doesn't look like the guy. I don't know. So yeah, I gotta do more about learning the common band members. Yeah, there's different drummers, of course. There's Meita, Hideki, Takayoshi on guitar. That on guitar. You had Mikio on guitar, but he passed away. The one thing I learned about Bo and doing that video is that I was wondering, the guy has so much talent. Like, why does he want to be a session musician? Is that what he wants to do? Like, does he not want to be, like, I guess having his own band or whatever? And he's perfectly fine with it. Like, being a session musician is exactly where he wants to be. It's exactly what he wants to do. It seems, it kind of makes sense the way he explained it. It's kind of like, there's interviews with Bo where he's like, if you're in a band, if there's 5 members and one person disbands, now you can't play with that person because they're not part of the band. It causes issues if you do. Obviously adding more to what he said, but that's essentially what he said. And that, there's like commitments, there's other issues. It's like, it's better just to be a free agent, be yourself. Okay. But yeah, I go back to my initial question here about this in this area before I do the reaction thing. As a reminder, what is the best Su metal performance? It's like solo Su metal performance. Is it Kaguru? I mean, it's a good song, but I think most people are going to say like No Rain, No Rainbow, Amor. Maybe some will say Rondo of Nightmare. Shine. I mean, I know there's, I'll guess it. I mean, does Moa sing? I know she's there on stage, but Anyway, it is time to react to a reactor. Look at this. Let's see. Both great. I like the heavier sound, the West Camis. Do we know who the West Camis are? When they say West Camis, I'm thinking like dudes from like America. I'm like, there's no way, because I don't think they would be able to keep up the act. It'd have to be a studio musician who's like really good, and he's not gonna break the silence. He's gonna keep it. So I guess Shine would not count. You know what? It's Sue's birthday, and if you wanted to count, you can make it count. If you think Shine is Sue's best performance, you can make it count if you want to. All right? All right. It's your opinion, okay? Man, why is this thing not lighting? Okay. But yeah, Rondo No Nightmare definitely for me. But yeah, No Rainbow is really good too. Okay, so let us react to Andrew Hartley. And when I do this, I mean this to have fun, have a sense of like community, whatever. Maybe eventually I could have guests and invite Andrew Hartley or other reactors on a stream to talk about how they got involved in Baby Metal Reaction, and all that stuff, what it means to them, and all that stuff. It'd be kind of cool. All right. All American, Chris Kelly, CJ on guitars, Clint Tucson on bass. Oh. All Americans. Interesting. Well, I guess I was right there, huh? Look at that. Look at this. Your drunk uncle was right. Hey. All right. The cigar did not stay lit. I had a feeling they were American. I just had a feeling. I think it's because the West commies also kind of have a gut. I am. If I do a video comparing the commies, I would definitely point that out. Be like, that guy drinks beer. I don't know. Maybe I just saw that. I'm just messing. Okay, let's go put this guy on the screen here. Not them. This dude. All right, we're going to start it right here. First, before I get into this, there's a lot of things in this reaction that I really enjoyed. I thought this was a legit cool reaction. There's a lot to it. It was recommended to me by someone in the comment section. I forget their name at the moment. Didn't write it down. Should have. Is what it is. And it was like, the guy does really good reactions. He's kind of intellectual. And when I read that in the YouTube section, I'm going to tell you the comment section, because I guess at the other channel I still do used to be a lot of drama heavy. Whenever I read that, I'm like, are you being sarcastic? Like, what do you mean? You're being legit, being sincere. Okay, I appreciate that. I like that. I checked out this video here, the best baby metal song ever, about Monochrome. I gotta say, really good reaction, and I really do understand where people are coming from. That the guy gives a really good analysis of the song. I mean, it's pretty deep. Let's see. I think the thing that stood out to me in the beginning is when the guitar comes in on Monochrome. When the guitar comes in, he noticed that it has a reference to, was it Baby Metal Death? Baby Metal Death, which was good. I mean, that's a good reference and something that I totally missed on. I mean, I thought it was more like, it was like, it sounds like a sign of alarm or something is unsettling about this, which is also the sort of sound that I get from the Baby Metal Death like intro there, that something seems a little bit off, something seems unsettling. That's the feeling that riff conveys, for me anyway. Then he was like, it sounds like bells, and I can get that. I totally get that, where the guitar has a sort of sound to it. And then there was a point, and I'm commenting on this here before we play it, because obviously he watches this and it's copyrighted stuff. We're going to start watching after he's done watching the video and then comment on what he's going to say. But while he's watching the video, maybe I could show you. Okay, I'll show you. You could see when he sees, you could see a look of, you could see him react. Let me turn off the music. You can see him react when Sue sings the part, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's all fading away. You could see him clearly react to that. And it's like he's reacting to her moment of terror, moment of panic. Where is it? Right here. I don't know what to say right here. Okay, yeah. That's it. Okay. I don't know how sensitive YouTube is when we're live streaming, but you could kind of see him, like, he makes a gulp and all that. I mean, the guy is definitely emotionally hit by this song, which it is a pretty powerful song. Okay. And then, I don't know what to say. See? He's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And when he sees on the screen there that what looks like to be a sun, I think he knows that's not a sun. And I know he mentions something about, it's like a bright star sun, but he makes references later on that, this is not a sun. That's clearly not, it's something much worse, much worse. Something, something, I guess, bright, with brilliant light, but outright destructive. Something horrible. So let's go ahead. Oh, there's something else he mentioned too in this. He noticed the flower blossom, this right here. The flower blossom and the explosion. This is something that a lot of us you probably noticed it as well. But it's like, what does that mean? And it's something I didn't really focus on at all, because honestly, it's like, I don't know like the idea of rebirth from, you know, an explosion like that, a situation like that. I guess you have to. I guess it means there's a chance. I don't know. It seems weird to have that. It's like looking for a silver lining. It's literally like looking for a silver lining in a nuclear explosion. Okay, that's what's like unsettling about it. It's like, whoa. Well, I suppose you come back. I suppose you have to. I mean, you know, what does that mean? You know, flowers are especially blooming tend to mean like growth, rebirth, right? And it's flowers. Look at that. Wait, let's look at that explosion a little slower. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Like a cherry blossom? What is that? Oh, what? That imagery, I'm not really sure what to do with it. Firework in Japan is called hanabi. It literally means flower, fire flower. They're playing with a double meaning. Oh, okay. Okay, I like that there. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to when he starts talking about it, and then we'll just have some fun. He definitely has an emotional reaction here. You can see it. Look at that. Look at that. As one would. All right.
Wow. Wow, they're back.
They are back. They are back. But they're not the same, are they? I mean, Baby Metal Monochrome is and I said this too in my video, is a far cry from Awadama Fever. Okay? It's weird. You go from a mint flavored time machine to singing about Hiroshima essentially, and singing in a way that really brings out tears.
That was intense. That was intense. Oh man, I can't completely get my head around. I'll just talk about my overall impression.
I like that. So he does like pretty much a one cut thing. Of course, he does like jump cuts. I like that. Just record your initial reaction. I like that.
You know, there's a reference to Ragnarok, which is the Norse apocalypse, the end of the world, and we see those images of sort of blasted trees, and that very very Nordic black and white, the monochrome of the title.
And I was pause. I didn't like references to Ragnarok when it comes to like Japanese. I'm not really sure what that means for like historically for Japan. Curious about that.
And before we get that extraordinary sudden flash of color at the end, which is,
I get the sense that it's like something about afterlife, but I don't know 100%. Not the person to ask.
It's really amazing. I love that first image of the tree, which is blasted, but it's also at the center of the universe, and you see that the stars.
Yeah, that tree is something,
that sort of spiral effect. But
that's a good thing to notice. That tree is very symbolic, and it's right on our face. You see it in the beginning, and you see it at the end. You see it in the beginning, and it looks dead. It looks destroyed. You see it at the end. It looks like there's some leaves on it. It looks like it's doing a little bit better, unless those leaves are brown. But then everything gets all lit up in a rainbow. You know, as if like life is coming back. Or is that just radiation? I'm sorry, just...
The stars will have that drag to suggest like a time-lapse photograph, but the tree, even though it's destroyed, is still sort of eternal. And you know, the obviously this evokes the tree.
I didn't know was the tree destroyed in the beginning? I guess it was. The Tree of Life. Yeah, okay. That's a good
Of
reference.
life, which shows up in Nordic and lots of other mythologies.
See, I was aware that the Nordic traditions reference the Tree of Life, but I wasn't sure about Japanese, but I guess so.
Origin point of the world that continues through time, even if in this case it's blasted and not in leaf.
I have a funny feeling that this album is gonna be like every song is gonna cover something that's a historical event related to Japan, and we're going to learn quite a bit. That seems to be a pattern here. If this is a concept album and we're kind of going through this stuff, I wouldn't be surprised.
Or at least not till the end. I think the tree also looks to me very much like a battlefield.
Yeah.
A very contemporary battlefield.
100%.
For me as a European, those kind of images always evoke the landscape of the First World War, where, you know, nothing grows and it's just sort of dead, and trees torn apart by artillery and bombing and such. And I think there's something of that here too. And I think, you know, I saw before the song came out that there was a reference to Ragnarok in it, and I guess I kind of expected something more mythic and clearly fantasy.
I heard that too, but I was just glad it wasn't a reference to, like, you know, like some anime or a video game or anything. I'm glad it's something much deeper.
And I don't think that's what we're getting. I'm seeing images of very human kinds of disaster, right? I think we're seeing images of war that are reminiscent of some of the footage that they used around songs like
Distortion.
Oh, we're gonna play Distortion. Gotta skip that part.
The Umbrellas is really.
You know, that's an interesting point. That's something I completely missed in the music video for Distortion. Totally missed that. You know, honestly, that video in Starlight, there's like little things going on. Maybe I need to go back and look at them, because at first I was like, man, like, coming from someone who listened to a lot of Rammstein, you know, Rammstein music videos, they're movies. Say what you will about like a Rammstein song or whatever. The Rammstein song and the music video may not even be your favorite, but the music video itself, oh man, they're like well-produced movies. Like, it's amazing. Dude, man, they're on a whole other level. Am I right? I mean, come on. Even back like in the 90s, like Du Hast, come on now. Come on. But they have other stuff. Anyway. So when I saw Distortion, I was like, well, thanks for the images. It looks kind of cool. I like the song. Distortion is a great song. But, you know, I was like, okay, just something cool to look at while the song plays. I need to go back and look at that, and because there's probably a lot of stuff I missed. So I'm learning something here.
Really interesting. I'd seen the image in the clip beforehand, and the only thing I could think of was the Magritte paintings, you know, the sort of surrealist artist who represents objects out of context in ways that sort of force you to rethink what the object is. And there's a kind of whimsy, a playfulness to them. But now that having seen the full...
That is an interesting look at that. Because when you see the umbrellas, they're just falling down. You know, having played a lot of Command & Conquer, Red Alert 2, it kind of looked like, I don't know why I even made the reference. Doesn't even make any sense. I'm going to say, look, it doesn't matter. It looked like a lot of bombs being dropped at first. It looked like when I first saw the umbrellas, I didn't think they were umbrellas. I thought they were like bombs being parachuted in or something, which would be kind of silly. I don't know. But there were umbrellas, and I was like, well, why are they umbrellas? Like, what's the umbrella supposed to do? Because if you think about an umbrella, I mean, it shields you from the rain. It shields you from light. You know? I'm not sure why they're umbrellas. think it tells us. Hey, Bronx Beats. I listen to the worst music. Well, feel free and try out Baby Metal, dude. Feel free to try it out.
Thing, I don't.
And once again, thank you, Av Dominus, for pointing out that Ragnarok is the end of an age and beginning of a new one. That's very fitting for the song. I do agree. Now, Bronx, if you're gonna disrupt, you're just gonna be gone. It's just like that. Okay.
Think that's what's going on there really at all. The image that comes to mind for me more than anything else,
I mean, you saw what he did. He come in here and start throwing things about this guy is nonsense.
Is the grave of the fireflies, right?
Really good reference there. Good
Hotaru no
stuff.
Haka, the 1980s Studio Ghibli movie based on I think it's a short story, which follows two children at the end of the Second World War.
Man, I made the reference to Barefoot Gin, and I watched the clip of Barefoot Gin. I think you know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. I don't know if I could play it on YouTube. I mean, it's on YouTube. I think it might be copyright. Hold on. I'm gonna show you Barefoot Gin real fast. Of what I can. It's insane. Hold on. Barefoot Gin atomic bomb scene. Like, the images are so graphic, so intense. Like, when I saw this, I was like, that's monochrome. That's what's going on. Like, I'm going to show you bit by bit. Okay? All right, we're going to go bit by bit. Frame by frame a little bit. See, sunny day. There's a horse there. You know, she's meeting, but she would have an umbrella in her hand, and she's meeting with that boy, and it's like, that's a B-29. Why is there a B-29 up there? Where did it come from? And you have the plane there, and it's like, okay, what's going on? Oh no. Uh-oh. It's not looking good. Oh crap. There's a parachute there. And then that explosion. Boom. And it, God, dude, just graphic stuff. Ooh. Stuff you can't unsee. So I don't know. You know, going back to what an umbrella could possibly mean. I think I know what he talks about. He brings up like a hint of protection from like the elements, from like rain. But when it comes to I don't get it. There's I guess there's like a feeling or emotion about this event that I just won't ever be able to understand. Can't it possibly fathom? Anyway, but Grave of the Fireflies is a good reference too.
Actually, sort of the ghosts of the children after their parents have been, their mother has died and their father is away at sea and presumably dies by the end. And it's an unbelievably beautiful and painful movie. But the iconic image is of the children with an umbrella. And I think one of the reasons the image is so iconic is because it has that beautiful, painful idea of the umbrella as something which is supposed to protect. But of course, you know, they're being bombed and shot at and what have you.
I know, right? It's so weird. Like, you think an umbrella would protect you from rain and sunlight, as it does, but like, why wear it here? It's kind of silly. I wonder if it's like the same silliness, absurdity of like hiding under your desk if you live in America during, I guess, the Cold War. You probably remember those little propaganda things. You probably have seen them. Okay, I watched them because actually, where did I watch them at? I was at some the anime club I would go to during high school. We watched some of those shorts and various other videos because they're funny. And we just found it to be so absurd that like, oh, for protection against an atomic bomb, you would actually be recommended to hide under your desk. That's not going to do anything. It's not going to do a dang thing. And that was legit advice from the authorities, from the state, from the government, giving you a security blanket, giving you a security blanket for something that's not going to even work. Come on. And they knew it too. Oh, man. Anyway. See, look, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this guy, Bronx, he just wants to come and cause problems. He just wants to come and cause problems. If you're watching this and you're liking it, press the like button, share, and subscribe. Here, we're, my tolerance for BS has decreased quite a bit. As, I guess, yeah. Anyway, let's play the rest of this.
Yeah, and so the umbrella provides, slim to no real protection, but it's an image of,
yeah, it's like hide under that desk, boy.
Hope, an image of trying to protect yourself from all the terrible things in the world. And you also get that image of, they use the fireflies to create light, but the fireflies die and they have to bury them, hence the title of the film. But there are a number of moments in the video where I'm seeing something similar to those points of light that you see in images from the movie. I love that image of the girl protected by the umbrella. You've seen everything shooting down around her. It's like machine gun bullets or something.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I do like what they did there. Now, clearly, when you watched it, you probably thought it was rain, but you probably caught that too. That it looks like, it looks a little interesting, huh?
Meteors or whatever it is. And
honestly, that one I didn't think was
something
rain.
As frail as the umbrella is protecting her, and that's why I think that image of the umbrella as hope, as something that you put your faith in, kind of against all odds, I think is kind of cool. Also, since
also that kind of rain. I mean, the rain that came down, it would. I know nothing about this. I'm just guessing. I would imagine it would be highly toxic or irradiated. I mean, it would not be good. As she describes it, freezing. I suppose so. But
the Grave of the Fireflies was released.
It was hard, cold rain raining down like bullets.
At, I think, the same time or very close to My Neighbor Totoro from the same studio, and that also features an umbrella, right? That the large Totoro character, whatever that thing is supposed.
Hey, is that studio still active? I know I'm so disconnected from anime now, for the most part. But is that studio still active? They still come out with stuff? I don't know.
To be carries the umbrella as a symbol of his attempt to protect the children. So, yeah, I think that there are images here of defense as hope, protection as hope, rather than a sort of a real shield and armor, which is kind of what I was thinking we were going to get. I think this is another song about trying to keep hope alive during very dark times, and we see, there's that image of the earth sort of deconstructing, and again, within the sort of
this right here, that image to me was so hard hitting. It was like, yeah, because that was an event. Dropping those bombs was an event that changed everything. It changed. Well, did it though? Because war has always been a thing since the dawn of time. Humans have always been fighting, and they would fight and they would try to have the advantage with other weapons. But now you have a weapon that could just utterly destroy. And then people have them, or other nations have them, other people have them. It's like, okay, all these countries have them. Mutually assured destruction, right? The only thing stopping one country from launching on another country is that they themselves will be nuked. No one wants to be nuked. And now the weapons are even stronger. And you take that, you take this image of that bomb being earth shattering, and you combine it with the blossoming flower and the explosion. That must just be a play about fireworks, because that can't be anything hopeful. Unless there was a message, a meaning we were supposed to take, but we didn't. Do not do that. Good luck on that.
Legendary fantasy kind of thing, we're talking about the end of the world, but I think also those kind of images have real immediate political and environmental resonance, right? The sense that the planet itself is falling away, and we have to imagine some future reblossoming, some point where we don't just have the blasted dead tree, but we have new life on it. It's very Lord of the Rings as well, right?
I don't really remember a whole lot of Lord of the Rings. There's only one trilogy, and it's the original Star Wars trilogy. Okay? All right? There's only one trilogy. Lord of the Rings, to me, was a bunch of people walking to throw a ring into a volcano. Okay. Cool. Got it.
The image of the blasted tree that comes into flower.
Okay. Is that the Amazon Prime one? I don't know what that is.
In buying into in part of this this broader statement. The other reason I think there's a connection to those movies, I mean maybe, but you know that it makes sense to me, is that we keep seeing these images of burning celluloid, right? That even though this is obviously a digital
okay, then that's an image. I didn't really know what was going on there. I was like, it looks so weird. It looks like it doesn't. I was like, what is that? But yeah, he's right. It would be the celluloid.
A digital single. The visuals are often presented in terms of movie film, and that old effect that you would sometimes get when you're in the movie theater of the heat of the lamp actually burning through the film. And in this case, I think, you know, the film is associated with the world that we live in being consumed. So there's a sort of layered.
Yeah, it's burning film. It was burning film. That's what's going on there.
Sense of reality and unreality, and maybe that does come back to the image of the umbrella in that surrealist sense from Magritte, and painters like him who are constantly suggesting, you know, this is not a pipe. The picture of a pipe, and it says. I
mean, I know kind of what he's talking about, but I see this, I'm like, well, it's a pipe. I mean, that's what it's for. You know, there's a point to where you could get so absurd about things. What is something where you become kind of so overly intellectual where it's like, well, okay, come on now you're just spoofing yourself. Okay, like, what is this? Is it a lighter? Oh, I mean, what else is it? I mean, could be a paperweight, I guess, but its primary function is to light things. I mean, it stores butane and it lights. It doesn't light very well, but it lights. Okay.
This is not a pipe, because the representation is not the thing itself, which in some ways is the point, right? The representation of reality.
Well, that was weird.
Is not the lived reality, and that's part of what this song is.
We do it with race. Do we? I guess we do.
It's about trying to sort of escape the sort of doom and gloom that surround us through other media and try to sort of find.
What we do with race now, especially here in the States, or actually even in Europe, is now, yeah, you're not allowed to say anything. You're not allowed to even bring it up, you know? It's just like, you can't even use it as a way to identify someone when they're running away with like $900 of merchandise that they're not using to go feed their family. They're using to go sell on the street. and make that money and probably buy drugs with it or something else, some other, stuff, But that's a whole other thing. Kind of ties into what I talked about in the beginning of this stream. Okay, sometimes it seems like society's crumbling around us, and we just have to make sense of it. Peace. That's a future rant.
Find a personal way of experiencing, connecting.
And a real serious rant, not a day drinking versus night drinking. Oh, I thought that was fun.
Celebrating the moment. It's often commented on that Sue Metal is from Hiroshima, and she has talked a lot about the commemoration of the bombings.
Oh, you're talking about Italians not being white. Oh, yeah. Well, that was a thing too, right? That's something kind of interesting to bring up to anyone who's like about like white supremacy is like it's like come on, man. Like, do you know how they treated other people back then? Just because you looked white, you were white. If you're from Italy. Anyway,
Of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Hiroshima particularly, of course, and
1 second. Okay. An issue with the dog, maybe. I'll have to check into it.
those images at the beginning in the lyric about the sort of the idea of the sun, the memory of the sun going away, and I don't know what to say. The sky decorated in a spectrum of dreams. A slightly awkward phrase.
The awkward phrase? Spectrum of dreams. I guess so. Spectrum of dreams. I just think she's describing the light.
But the sort of range of dreams of aspiration, of imagining of the future.
Are also describing how, like, awe-inspiring that the blast look as, and this sounds bad every time I say it, you know, like the explosion itself, like the light that came out from that, like you weren't going to turn away from that. Like, you're going to notice, you're going to stare, and it's going to be like nothing you've ever seen before in your life. And that's not a good thing.
And wanting to sort of gaze at it forever. And the star that was shining yesterday, that is the sun, and then the idea of that going away. And there's this sense of, I think, the transition from the sun image to the monochrome firework that has that sort of quasi nuclear bomb type look. I mean, in terms of literalizing a sense of what the end of the world is supposed to be. And then
in this part, I kind of wonder if he's like, is he on the fence about if it looks like a nuclear bomb explosion or not? Yeah, to me, it clearly is, but you know.
And the things that come after it, that sort of nuclear winter, the drenching of the rain and freezing in the night, and wanting to stay warm and stay together. You know, the unspecific, absent other who's being sort of focused on. And I'm not trying to turn this into a political song or an anti-nuclear song or something.
But it is an anti-nuclear song, and it is kind of a political song. You know, it can be on this topic, you know? It can really be. And I'm really curious about this new BABYMETAL album when it comes out. I wonder if a lot of the songs are going to cover like Japanese specific events, and the songs are probably going to be written in a way where you can interpret the meaning to be something bigger, to have impact, or to mean something for you personally in your situation. Sure, but I'm saying that what I'm saying is I wonder if this album is going to bring back certain feelings, certain resentments, or whatever, or bring back certain discussions around particular events. All we know so far, there's 2 songs, and those 2 songs are have historical events related to it. Divine Attack is a reference to the divine winds, which are the kamikaze, not the kamikaze airplanes, but kamikaze as in like the winds, divine winds, winds from the god, the winds, the typhoons that helped the Japanese fight off the Mongols. Okay. But anyway.
But I think that given our present position in the world, and with the ever-present threat of expanding war and even nuclear war, and given the baby metal history of connection to Hiroshima and such, I think that's one of the ways that this sort of general abstract sense of the end of the world gets a sort of specific kind of resonance. But again, the focus...
It definitely resonates pretty hard. It does. I mean, I've read in this comment section, there's people that are from Russia and that, like, you know, it evokes, you know, a certain reaction. I don't blame them.
Focus is not on some sort of political consequence of this. The focus is on trying to find the positive in a bleak situation, trying to find something to hold on to, something to make you smile, right? Something that brings us hope for the future, right?
And would that be the umbrella? Would that be finding warmth, even just for a little while? I mean, like the character in the song at the end, where she's still in that hellscape aftermath of it all, trying to survive. And it, you know, it doesn't leave really good odds, does it? But hopefully hopefully she does.
I think it's beautiful. A friend asked me before I'd heard the song if I thought that Sue was deliberately trying to sound younger, and I think in the context of the
Younger, that's interesting. I thought she was sounding more. She was sounding more like sincere, more. I didn't really get the youngness thing.
Video, that might be right. That there's a sort of.
Oh yeah, I've been drinking Bud Light. I got some Budweiser too. So yeah, I got a whole supply of Anheuser-Busch products here now. If Lone Star Beer will sponsor me, I'll go back to Lone Star Beer. But you know,
a youthfulness and innocence that she has sort of recovered in this, which connects again to that sense of the movie, the child wandering a devastated world. But I get, you know, it's part of what makes baby metal so cool is that sense of power in innocence and the clarity of the voice, the sort of unadorned.
Very clear, very direct. In that part, when it's that I don't know what to say, it's all fading away. The panic in her voice, dude, that's unshakable.
And it's not. It doesn't have any of that sort of typical indie rock sort of drawl or sneer or irony or self-mockery, deprecation or arrogance or any of those things. There's a purity to it, which I think is at the heart of why I love this stuff. And that purity is married with the power of the instruments to create this idea of something positive. This may be my favorite baby metal song for a while.
Yeah, it's high up there for me too. It's definitely high up there. You know, it's hard to really. That list is hard because, you know, Monochrome is a more serious song. Divine Attack is a more serious song. You know, when you have other fan favorites like Megatsune or Gimme Chocolate or Catch Me If You Can, those two, I'm really referring to the live version, but then there's All Down with Fever, that's really good. I mean, there's a lot of really great tracks. It'd be up there. I guess it depends on what I'm wanting to feel. If I'm wanting to feel something deep, or if I'm wanting to have a good time, I guess. But it would be high up there. By high up there, I mean like probably like number 4.
I mean, obviously that might change over time, but my instant response is that it's doing exactly what they do. We've got that sort of those guitars that I talked about with Shingeki that, you know, they're not doing the same kind of thing as they did in Road of Resistance, but this has more of that, and that sort of repeated vocal melody, that hard cut where we drop the sound out. Man, there's some sort of real emotional pull there. It's
100% agree. Can't object to anything this guy said. Yeah.
And there's melody. There's a tune both to the vocal section and to the instrumental portions. It's not just chaos. It's not just noise. We're not supposed to feel the sort of visceral, you know, earthiness of random guitar solos that feel like a bunch of.
I feel like he's making a reference to a specific band, but I'm not sure what band.
Notes strung together without any sense of pattern. Here we've got like a shape, an actual phrase, a musical phrase. And I love this. It feels like there's intent and purpose and grace and artistry.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get behind that 100%. 100%. So the guy really likes it. And he really offered some nice analysis about it. Some pretty deep detail about, you know, his thoughts and what the song means to him and what he got from it. I really did appreciate that. So that was Andrew Hartley. You probably know him more than you know me. That's fine. Definitely, you know, check out his channel. And, yeah. That was cool. That was cool. Let's see. So overall on this stream, not only did we did a Baby Metal Reactor reaction, we talked about Baby Metal, Sue Metal having a birthday and Sue Metal's best metal performance. Also talked about Love Bites Christmas. Love Bites is celebrating Christmas. It's fantastic. Happy holidays. May everything go well for you. You know what? With the way things are going here in the States, if you don't have the money in your account to buy products for your loved ones for Christmas, depending on where you live, you might be able to just do what everybody else is doing. Okay? Look, all I'm saying is we're playing a game. Life is a game. And if everyone else is cheating, just taking things off the shelves, walking out, not paying, and you're the one paying for it, who's losing? You're not playing to win. If they're cheating and you're not cheating, you're not playing to win. that's my advice. Okay. Anyway, with that said, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. And yeah.